This is your Adventist News, a service of the South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventist. I'm Kenesha Sims. In this week's broadcast, Women are United in Ministry and Bahamas Academy highlight the importance of literacy. These stories and more on this week's Adventist News. Women leaders from across the South Bahamas are heading back to their churches spiritually renewed and better equipped to serve, following a special leadership training hosted by the South Bahamas Conference Women's Ministries Department. The gathering brought together directors, assistants, and coordinators under the theme Women of Faith, United in Prayer, Purpose, and Passion. Throughout the day, presenters addressed both the spiritual and practical aspects of leadership. The conference's Chief Financial Officer Elder Okel Damastis led a session on budgeting and stewardship. He emphasized that a budget is more than numbers. It is a ministry plan. Leaders were encouraged to follow church protocol when seeking funding, maintain clear documentation, and build contingency funds into their plans. In a presentation on protocol, Sister Carol Dorset reminded attendees of the biblical principle found in 1 Corinthians 14, verse 40, and outlined 5 core areas of protocol: heart attitude, planning, worship conduct, hospitality, and relationships. Phyllis Woodside Dean closed the instructional sessions with a presentation on leadership wellness. Dean encouraged leaders to lean on God and let go of overcommitment. The day continued with a consecration service for women's ministry leaders in the local churches. The guest speaker was Arlene Sands, the Atlantic Caribbean Union's Women's Ministries Director, who reminded participants to encourage one another and to recognize that every gift and talent plays a role in advancing the mission.
Individually, you may not feel impressive. Oh, but together, we are unstoppable. So I charge you this evening to continue interceding for others. Continue leading even when others may not support. Continue encouraging. Continue building the ministry. The mission. Say the mission. The mission without you is missing something. All of us are important to the success of the mission. All of us have a piece of the puzzle. If your piece is not there, the puzzle will not be complete.
Participants also pledged to deepen their commitment to Bible study, prayer, collaboration, and moral leadership, dedicating themselves to strengthening women, families, and churches across the conference territory. In celebration of the Bahamas 242 Days, students and faculty at Bahamas Academy were honored with a special visit from the Honorable Lachelle Adderley, President of the Senate, who spent her time reading to the grade 7th and grade 8th students. Also in attendance were Executive Secretary Pastor Leonardo Ramming, who began the program with the opening prayer. The formal introduction of the guest reader was given by Pastor Kenny DeVoe, President of the South Bahamas Conference, who highlighted President Adderley's commitment to service in youth empowerment. Written by Jimmy Allen, My Voice is a Trumpet is the book that was read by Senate President Lachelle Adderley. When asked why it was important to read this book, this is what she had to say.
The importance of the book that I read is to encourage young people to use the voice that they have for equality, fairness, justice. I'm always encouraged by the story of young Greta. She's a young champion. I think she started to be a champion for climate change at the age of 13. And her speeches are all over the world. She has addressed climate change conferences. And so I was at another conference where there was a young lady. She came and she spoke about climate change and gender equality. So I would like to always encourage young children to use their voice. If they see a bully, use your voice. Speak up for God. Speak up for your classmates. Speak up for your teachers. Speak up for your parents. Speak up for that which is right and that which is just.
She was also asked how important is literacy for students.
Literacy is one of the tools, I believe, that got me where I am today. My father was an avid and a ferocious reader. And so to be close to him, really, I started reading. And then he started to encourage me to read more difficult books. And so as a result of that, I realized I learned so much via reading. And so as a result of that, I always want to encourage young people and to motivate them to keep reading, keep massaging the mind, keep on doing these things, because it will help you significantly, not only in your personal development, but also your professional development, your spiritual development. I can tell you right now, the best book that I have ever read is the Bible. I never get tired reading it. I never get bored reading it. There are so many stories on how to live, how to walk, how to be kind to your neighbor, how to be kind to people generally. So if the argument is that you cannot afford books, read the Bible. Borrow a book from the library. We still have libraries in the Bahamas that exist.
Following the reading, President Adderley, in a generous gesture of support for literacy, presented a donation of $1,000 to the Bahamas Academy Library, reinforcing her commitment to education and student development.
You've got to put your money where your mouth is. If I'm here to encourage reading and literacy, then I have to ensure that the children have the resources, and they have the resources of the kinds and the types of books that their parents and their teachers would find appropriate. So as a result of that, I did not bring books. I decided to make a donation so that the school can purchase whatever books they find necessary with respect to the age and the gender of the various children in the school.
ATV News also caught up with principal of the Bahamas Academy School, Dr. Lavonda Smith, who shared her views on the importance of this event.
Today we were privileged to have the Honorable Dr. J. Lachelle Adderley, an alumnus of Bahamas Academy and President of the Senate, come to read to our grades 7 and 8 students. And today was important because at Bahamas Academy we emphasize literacy, because as we all know, literacy forms the very foundation of education, and it is our goal for our students here at Bahamas Academy to be successful here academically and to prepare them for a successful life after they would have left the halls of Bahamas Academy.
Dr. Smith ended her interview with words of encouragement directed to parents.
I would like to encourage every parent to encourage their children to read, because reading, as I would have said, forms the foundation of education, and it can take us so many places. We can travel the world through books, so reading is very important.
The event concluded with students being reminded that their voices matter not only on Bahamas 242 Day, but every day. The music department, led by Annette Dorset, hosted a 2-day workshop for church choir directors and choristers at the Maranatha Church on February 27th and March 1st. The workshop was facilitated by Danville Sonny Walkeen, who brought a wealth of experience in choral conducting and vocal arrangement. Throughout the weekend, Walkeen challenged those present to view the music they present to church as sermons for the congregation. The sessions focused on the importance of music in ministry and how chorister and choir directors can grow the ministry in their local churches. Walkeen also focused on vocal, directing, and musical techniques that can be utilized by the participants. We commend the music department for the commitment shown for music ministry in the South Bahamas Conference. On February 21, representatives from NHI hosted a benefit educational session at Redemption Church. Attendees received updates on the current and upcoming phases of the program, had their questions answered, and were able to verify, sign up, or make changes to their primary care providers. We are grateful to everyone who participated and took the time to learn more about their healthcare options. These sessions are designed to empower our members and the community with the knowledge and resources needed to make informed decisions about their health. When we return, we'll have more on what's coming up next in the South Bahamas Conference.
Let me ask you a question. What's in your hands? In my hands, the Word of God. In my hands, an invitation to hope. In my hands, the power of prayer. In my hands, access to homes and hearts. This Global Youth Day 2026, our youth are putting faith into motion. In the morning, home visitations, tract distribution, prayer walks, and hands-on outreach. Don't forget your water as they impact our communities for Christ. And in the evening, we gather for a powerful joint youth rally, celebrating what God has done through His youth. Communion in action means God uses what's already in our hands. March 21st, 2026. Join us. Let's move from belief to action.
Welcome back to our Adventist News, and coming up in the South Bahamas Conference. The Ebenezer Church will host an evangelistic series from March 15th through April 4th. The series will be held on Sunday to Friday from 6:45 p.m. to 9 p.m. and on Sabbath from 9 a.m. to 12:30. All are invited to attend. The annual Global Youth Day will be held on March 21st, 2026. The theme for this year is Communion in Action. Contact your church's youth leader for more information on how you can be involved in the activities of the day. The Children and Adolescents Ministries CHAM Department is introducing Chamversations for children ages 10 through 14. The outdoor experience will be launched March 29th, 2026 at 5 p.m. at the National Art Gallery grounds and will be held once a month to create spaces for conversations on the Bible and real-life challenges. The new Bible series hosted by the CHAM Department will begin on March 15th, 2026 at 4 p.m. on Zoom with Pastor Arthur Angilla. This study is designed especially for children and adolescents who are thinking about getting baptized or who simply want to understand what baptism truly means. Join the Grantstown Church for a free community health fair on Saturday, March 21st from 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. at Christie Park on Nassau Street. Free screenings, health tips, and giveaways. You don't want to miss it. For more information, contact Tiora Murray at 544-1092. The Health Ministry Department of Berea Seventh-day Adventist Church invites you to its 4-day wellness and rejuvenation retreat taking place May 22nd through 25th, 2026 at the Adventure Learning Center in Nassau, Bahamas. Come and experience practical health education, rejuvenating treatments, and spiritual renewal in a peaceful, supportive environment. For more information, contact 828-6387. Men across the South Bahamas Conference are invited to prepare for a special day of worship, commitment, and mission. The Men's Ministries Emphasis Day will be held on May 30th, 2026, under the theme Eyes on the Mission. The ASI Bahamas chapter is inviting all to the 2026 IAD-ASI Convention in the Dominican Republic from August 12th through 19th, 2026. For more information, contact 556-0492 or 428-4251. Feel free to visit the South Bahamas Conference website at southbahamasconference.org to receive more information on all upcoming conference events. There, you can also view a rebroadcast of our Adventist News Update, along with other local programming from our cable channel ATV 658, and read the weekly logos and the Adventist page from the Nassau Guardian.
The prostate is a walnut-shaped gland found only in men. Its function is to produce seminal fluids which nourishes and transports sperm. Prostate cancer is the uncontrollable growth of cancer cells in the gland. Almost all cancers of the prostate are malignant tumors formed from structures in the epithelial tissue, meaning that most cases of prostate cancer are very serious and harmful. Some prostate cancers can grow and spread rapidly, but most grow slowly. Factors such as age, race, and family history can increase a man's risk of having prostate cancer. At the age of 50, your risk of having prostate cancer increases. According to Cancer.net, more than 80% of prostate cancers are diagnosed in men 65 and older. black men are more likely to have prostate cancer rather than white men. They are also at a higher risk of developing prostate cancer at an earlier age and also have tumors that are more aggressive and grow more quickly. Familial prostate cancer is when prostate cancer is inherited through the family. This is said to occur only 20% of the time. Signs of prostate cancer are burning or pain during urination, loss of bladder control, and blood in urine. Treatments include radiation therapy, surgery, and chemotherapy. If you want to reduce the risk of prostate cancer, the Mayo Clinic suggests that you consider trying 1. A low-fat diet. 2. Eat more fat from plants than from animals. 3. Increase the amount of fruits and vegetables you eat each day. 4. Eat fish. 5. Reduce the amount of dairy products you eat each day. This has been Carl Kemp with your health tips, courtesy of the Adventist Television. And remember, God wants us to prosper and be in good health.
Let's go now to the Adventist News Network with our news feature from around the world.
We start in the United Kingdom, where students from Newbold College participated in the 1 Year in Mission program. This initiative prepares young people to share Christ through community engagement. The journey took them to Finland, where learning and service came together in exciting experiences. Let's take a look.
What I've been enjoying the most about Oikos so far, and what I also believe is what makes Oikos so special, is the community, the people who are all around here the whole week, active on every day, playing board games in just this room, having meaningful conversations on a random Wednesday.
The most exciting thing for me in Oikos is the aspect of community. I like how people feel loved and saved and accepted, and now function as a community, just like it's written in the Bible in Acts.
What I learned from Newbold, which is applicable here at Oikos, at Newbold having the insight into different church environments, church cultures, looking kind of outside the box of just my own environment I know from back home. Also being given the responsibility to lead certain events for the students at Newbold, which also now can be applied on how to lead an event here at Oikos.
Well, that's it for our Adventist news from the South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. To share what is happening at your church, please email your news stories and upcoming events to sbcadventistnews@gmail.com. To view a rebroadcast of the Adventist news, along with other programming, and to keep in touch with what's happening at our conference, visit our website at southbahamasconference.org. The SBC Media Network's Facebook and Instagram pages are filled with lots of material from the Communications Department, so you would want to check those out. And remember to subscribe, like, follow, and to share. You can watch and listen to programs from our radio station Word SBC 88.3 FM and our Adventist television channel ATV 658. Get updates, insights, and first-hand information from the SBC Media Network as it happens. The programming from ATV 658 can also be viewed on the South Bahamas Conference YouTube channel, so feel free to watch a recap of our Adventist news. On behalf of our production team, it was our pleasure to bring you tonight's news update. I'm Kenesha Sims for the SBC Media Network. Have a happy Sabbath.